The start of the year is here, and that means it's time for a new release of smartphones. Samsung's Galaxy S22 range is here to put the 22 in 2022, and it certainly doesn't disappoint. The new range is technically formed of 3 smartphones, but the Galaxy S22 Ultra is something of an outlier this time around. It has a slightly different look from the other 2 models in the range and an upgraded camera, but the really big difference is the inclusion of a built-in S Pen, much like the now defunct Galaxy Note line. But does that make the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra the best smartphone of the range? It's certainly the biggest, but is it the best? A lot of factors go into whether a smartphone is right for you, and you may be wondering which of the Galaxy S22 models is the best choice or what the major differences are. Here, we'll explore that and tell you which smartphone may be right for you. 25W wired charging, 15W wireless charging, 45W wired charging, 15W wireless charging, 45W wired charging, 15W wireless charging. There's no way to sugarcoat this, the Galaxy S22 Ultra shares more with the Note 20 Ultra than its stalemate. While the Galaxy S22 and S22 Plus share a clear design language with rounded corners and flat displays, the S22 Ultra goes its own way with more angular corners and a curved display. That makes sense, given Samsung's intent was to blend the S range with the Note, but it does mean the range doesn't feel particularly combined. But that's a fairly small complaint, and they're all stunning smartphones regardless. Size could be an issue for you, though. If you have smaller hands, you may find the S22 Ultra a little bit too large, and it has the potential to be unwieldy even for those with large hands. Weirdly, it was the smaller S22 that really enchanted us during our initial hands-on time, and unlike previous generations, Samsung cut no corners with the smallest model's build quality, too. So you'll find metal and builds on each of these phones, which is a big draw if you're a fan of smaller phones. All 3 have a dynamic AMOLED 2X display with a 120Hz refresh rate, but the Galaxy S22 Ultra's higher resolution means it's technically the strongest option here. But really, you're unlikely to notice a difference in crispness in real-life use between the 3, so don't let that weigh on your decision too much. As mentioned before, it's a glass and metal party on each of these phones, so durability is going to be similar across all 3. The same applies to waterproofing too, thanks to an IP68 rating. This is an extremely tough category to score since so much falls down to personal choice. We'll come back to this once we've had more hands-on time with all 3 phones, but for now, we are giving it to the S22 Ultra purely because of the technically superior display. But if you're a fan of smaller phones, feel free to mentally change the win to the Galaxy S22 or S22 Plus. Winner, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. All 3 phones use the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, so it's safe to say all 3 are stupidly powerful and capable of running any app or 3D game you can get your paws on. The S22 Ultra has options for more RAM, but that's not likely to have a huge impact on your real-life use. The Ultra's larger range of storage is likely to have more of an impact if you record a lot of high-resolution videos or like to download lots of movies and other media. The 512GB and 1TB options will be very tempting for media lovers, and it's something the 2 smaller models can't match. As you might expect, the larger phones have, well, larger batteries. But it's not safe to assume a larger battery means a longer battery life, as the different display sizes mean differing power needs for each. So we are going to have to wait to have more time with each of the 3 before we are able to make a safe judgment. However, the S22 is automatically at a disadvantage due to only having support for 25W fast charging. The larger 2 models have 45W charging, which is a lot faster. A lot remains to be seen here, so we are very much hedging our bet. The S22 Plus and Ultra just sneak ahead with their faster charging, for now. Winner, Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus Galaxy S22 Ultra. It should come as no surprise the S22 Ultra is, once again, the more technically impressive of the 3 smartphones. All 3 have a similar lens setup, with a wide-angle main lens, a telephoto lens, and an ultra-wide lens. The S22 Ultra does add an extra lens, though a 10x periscope telephoto, and that's a fun lens to play with, even if it's not the most important inclusion around. However, the Ultra model has even more going for it. The main lens has 108 megapixels rather than the 50 MP on the S22 and S22 Plus, and the front camera has 40 MP rather than 10 MP. Performance is something we are going to have to wait for our full reviews to confirm, but if the S21 range is anything to go by, the Ultra's additional lens and increased megapixel count will make a difference in image quality. The Galaxy S21 Ultra had an excellent camera, outpacing the Galaxy S22 and S22 Plus, and on first impressions, the Ultra looks set to do the same thing again. Prior performance of a similar camera should mean the Ultra has a slight edge over the two smaller models, though, of course, we'll wait for the final reviews before we confirm this. But, for now, we are giving this to the S22 Ultra. Winner, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So here's a category that's a strong tie, and that's because all three devices run Android 12 under Samsung's One UI 4. As such, you'll get the same software experience on each of the three phones. Samsung's One UI has come a long way since the terrible TouchWiz of the past, and while it's still one of the heavier-handed manufacturer skins, it's a great Android variant. Samsung still isn't the fastest updater, largely due to the aforementioned custom interface. But regardless of that fact, none of the phones in question will get updates any faster than the others. Every S21 model will get updates at the same time as the others and will get the same number of updates too. This is a solid tie. Winner, tie. As with software, there are some big similarities in the available special features on these phones. All three have 5G access to both the Google Assistant and Samsung's Bixby, Samsung's desktop emulating DeX mode, and a bewilderingly large amount of other special features. However, the S22 Ultra has something the S22 and S22 Plus do not, the S Pen. As the Note's apparent successor, the largest S-range flagship has a built-in S Pen. If you've ever used a Note, you know the extra usability an S Pen offers when sketching, taking quick notes, or creating a to-do list. It's a fantastic addition, and it means the S22 Ultra has an unassailable lead here. Winner, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy S22 range is currently available for pre-order and will release on February 25. The base Galaxy S22 is the cheapest of the three, with prices starting from $800 for the 128GB model. The S22 Plus will set you back $1,000 for 128GB of storage, and the S22 Ultra with 128GB of storage starts at $1,200. Samsung is offering some strong trade-in deals, and you can even upgrade your storage for free during the pre-order period. In a battle of pure specs and which phone is technologically better, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra was always going to come out on top. It's gorgeous, with top flagship specs, a built-in S Pen, and more camera lenses than you might know what to do with. Looking at the three head-on, well, the S22 Ultra is the best model. But really, that only tells part of the story. It's fair to say the differences are small in most places, except for, perhaps, the S Pen and the extra camera lens. But if you're happy to live without those and want something a little cheaper or even a little less massive, then the Galaxy S22 or S22 Plus are also excellent choices. While we are yet to have a large amount of time with any of the handsets yet, we are anticipating each phone to be capable in its own right. Love a big phone with all the bells and whistles? Buy the Galaxy S22 Ultra. But if you're happy to save a little money, seriously consider the Galaxy S22 Plus or S22. You're unlikely to be disappointed.